Mirrors have always been associated with the paranormal. After all, they are portals to other dimensions or perhaps even other worlds. And it's generally accepted that spirits can pass through mirrors, which is why some people believe that you should never look behind a mirror in an old house at night. Let me tell you a story about a haunted mirror and why you should never, ever do that. This particular story comes from Reddit user 1963, who begins, "I grew up in a large old house that had definitely seen better days. The house had many strange occurrences, moving objects, shaking beds, footsteps in the attic, etc. But one room was by far the scariest. It was an old sunroom that hadn't been used in years. The windows were boarded up, and there was a large antique mirror on one wall. The glass was so cloudy you could barely see your reflection, but you could definitely see something else moving around behind it. As a kid, I never went in there because my mom had specifically told me not to go in there. The boards came off the window one day, and my brother and I decided to check it out. There was a rocking chair in front of the mirror, and it was rocking slowly back and forth. We ran out of the room and didn't tell anyone what we'd seen. That was probably for the best because no one would have believed us anyway. Fast forward a few years, and I'm now living in the house alone. One night I was getting a drink of water and walked past the sunroom. I looked in the mirror and saw the distinct shape of a woman in a Victorian nightgown standing behind me. I turned around, of course, but there was no one there. I started seeing her more frequently, always at the edge of my vision. I could feel her eyes boring into my back as I worked or sat in the room. Needless to say, I didn't stay in that house much longer after that. Well, that escalated quickly. I'm not sure what kind of entity this person encountered, but it sounds like it wanted to be seen. I don't know about you, but if I saw a ghost, especially one that was trying to get my attention, I'd want to get as far away from it as possible. But hey, that's just me. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this kind of content, check out my podcast where I talk about all things paranormal. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.